Congressman, thanks so much for joining us on this. I actually first want to start with Speaker Pelosi and the sound that I played a little bit earlier, basically saying that she expects the stimulus bill will pass tomorrow, not necessarily with a total consensus here, though. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. Thanks for having me today. I think we'll have 2 hours of debate in the morning and then a vote around midday, and I do expect it to pass.
Do we need another bill at this point? I mean, we have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, but it seems like Americans may not have enough at this point considering the timeline of this thing. If it goes into summer, if it goes into fall, I don't think anybody really knows. I don't even think the scientists and doctors know at this point. But is there going to be a phase 4? Is there a plan for that?
I think it's a great question. I think we ought to look at the benefits that we have in unemployment, in child health care, in food, in benefits to our health institutions, our education institutions, and the small business and business lending program that you just discussed. Those are in place for a number of weeks, through June at least. So I would say let's see how the health crisis progresses or stalls, and let's see what businesses' response is, exactly the questions you were talking to Neil about.
So let me ask you that question, Congressman, that I did pose to Neil, and that question is really, is the government ready to be inundated with all of these small business loan applications along with unemployment? We've already seen evidence over the last couple of weeks that they were not necessarily ready for the increase in unemployment claims, hearing of websites toppling, not working, people having to call in multiple times.
Right. So the unemployment insurance process is through the states. So some states will be ready, but those who have a high concentration of layoffs all in 1 week obviously are going to be under stress. As it relates to the small business lending, I think the best thing about that is it's going to be distributed through the commercial banks. So we'll have 5,000 banks that will be delegated to use SBA guarantees by the Treasury. And I hope that information and those instructions will be out by next Friday, and that money can start flowing just as quickly as possible. So it is easier by going through the existing banking system for a majority of those businesses needing badly needed liquidity.
Congressman, I want to ask you this question while I have you. Should your state issue a shelter-in-place order at this point? The governor pushed back against that notion just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, thanks for the question. Governor Asa Hutchinson, I think, has done a good job consulting with our health professionals. We're a rural state, and we've had more intensive business closures and restaurant closures in our urban areas of northwest Arkansas and central Arkansas. So I think our governor's taking it 1 week at a time, consulting with our health professionals.
All right, Congressman French Hill, thank you so much. Appreciate your time
Thank you.
This afternoon.
Stay healthy.